What you're looking at right here is a non-servo brake drum assembly. It has shoes, the lining surface is of equal length, and there's an anchor at the bottom, and the brake shoes cannot move side to side, or actually front to rear in this case, if it were mounted on the car. The brake shoes are unable to move at the bottom because of the anchor, and that's going to make this a non-servo brake assembly. I'm going to show you how to take the assembly apart and reassemble it here. I have two tools. I have just a flat blade screwdriver for prying off the return and hold down spring right there, and then a pair of side cutters for removing the yellow spring. So let's get started. I'm going to clamp onto this spring with my side cutters, just enough to hang on to it. And I'm going to use my hand to pull that across, and it's going to be hard to see it there because it's going to be in the way, but I'm just pinching the spring, pulling it forward, drawing the spring off. I'm going to pop off my return spring right there. I'm going to pull this apart. You may drop these pieces, but it doesn't matter. We'll pick them back up off the floor when we're done. Got that one there. And then last, the return / hold down spring. It's going to be one piece, going to be shaped like the letter W. Because this is the last piece to come off, it's going to be the first piece to go back on, just like everything else on the car. Last off, first back on. I have my brake shoe here. It's going to have the lever here for the parking brake, and you can just see those just kind of fit together just like that. Okay, this is going to be the rear shoe. The front of the drum brake assembly is going to have the e-brake cable attached to it right here, so this is going to be coming from the front, so that's going to make this the rear shoe. The adjuster has, you can see how it's angled here and how it's a different shape here and here, so obviously it can go either way, right? It goes one way but not the other, and then this way here. So we need to make sure we get this thing in the correct orientation, and then normally during a brake service you would lubricate the threads on the star wheel adjuster, and then this piece here where it goes in, that needs lubrication, but for our purposes here we're not going to do that so we don't have a grimy mess. I'm going to reassemble the brake assembly first by putting on the return and hold down spring. It's going to be just one piece on this. It brings the shoes in and holds them down. And get my rear brake shoe here, slip that onto the backing plate, and then I have my star wheel adjuster. I'm going to put it in just like this, so this piece fits right on the parking brake lever here, and this will fit on the brake shoe just like that. That's how that's going to go in place. So let me see here, I'm going to put on my other shoe. Alrighty, so now I'm ready for that. And then this here, this has to hold this piece in there just like that. So it's I gotta fit this notch here facing me, just like that. Alrighty. I'm gonna put that in there. That out of the way. Okay, I like that. I'm going to use my screwdriver to pop in this spring here. See, I got to come up a little bit on my brake shoe. There we go. Get a little rough with it there. That one's locking in now. Pry that one into place. Okay. I'll put this in the hole like that. I'm going to hold the spring again with the pliers and just use that to pull it with. So I just grab a hold of it. Okay, got it a little bit tighter maybe. Okay, so that's sitting on in there. Now here my brake shoe is not touching this anchor, so I need to take care of that a second. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. I just need to get it pried up and into place. Okay. So now my shoes are touching the anchor, so that's good. My spring is across here. That looks really nice. And then this lever is not loose. So if I were in the car applying the parking brake, the cable would pull this over and spread the shoes like this. This piece should not be loose. If it is, your star wheel adjuster is not tight enough. So you just have to adjust up your star wheel adjuster, and that'll tighten that right up. And that's it. Non-servo brake shoe assembly. Remove and reinstall brake pads.